Зацвіли каштани над Дніпром, і буском духмяним вітер віє. Всі кияни йдуть на гідропарк. Гідропарк – це наша славна мрія. Наша славна мрія.
I really do like chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets is like my family.
Зацвіли каштани над Дніпром, і буском духмяним вітер віє. Всі кияни йдуть на гідропарк. Гідропарк – це наша славна мрія.
Simplest one of all is the manual laboratory. One side called sign writing. It's very smooth right through the phone.
Пошли. Все вместе.
Какие ваши доказательства?
Okay, let's get going. Oh. Hello! How is everyone doing? I've took a couple of days to think about this maze and how I can improve it. I think I've got a new way of generating it rather than generating the full grid. So that's what I'm going to work on now. Couple of things before we start. I am streaming to YouTube as well. Going to see how that goes. I don't know if it's showing in the top corner. Be up there somewhere. I'm using a service restream. If there's any issues with the stream, like audio quality, video quality, do let me know. I'm hoping there'll be no issues, but if you can let me know, that would be fantastic. I'm going to see how that goes. If it's something worth doing, then I'll carry on doing it. I just feel like there'll be more audience for like game development programming on YouTube rather than on Twitch. So that was my thoughts behind that. Sorry, and the other thing, I've got a stiff neck. I think I slept awkwardly. So I am very uncomfortable, but I'm going to try and power through it because I need to keep it straight or keep like putting pressure on it, I guess. But we're going to, well, first off, go over what the new idea is. So let's bring this in. So just as an example, we've got a 4x4 grid here. We've got the start, the green dot in the bottom left-hand corner, and we've got the end, third column in on the top row. So currently, how the generation works is that it'll just go grid by grid along the bottom row, and then onto the next row, then onto the next, and then onto the next, and it'll just build each one of these grids as it goes. Luckily, because of the way I was doing that, I've created code that I can reuse to check neighboring cells, because that's going to be vital for this next idea. So the new idea I have is kind of like a random branching path kind of thing. So yeah, we're on black. So let's just say we're starting in the first grid. We say we've got 2 random directions. It'll check all 4. It'll find out this isn't a valid cell, this isn't a valid cell. So it'll put these 2 cells in a random number generator, if you will, and it'll just randomly pick which cell it goes to. So we just say it randomly went up. So the next square, we came from here, so we discount this one anyway. We check this one, find out it's not a valid cell, so we know we've got the 2 valid cells north and to the east. So those go in the random generator, then it'll randomly go, say, that way. As we're going along, we'll say we can work it on some other metric, but we'll just say for every 2 squares moved, put in a branch. So we say, right, here we're going to have a branch. But we don't do it yet. We move on. So this is just one of the ideas of direction I can go with this. I've got another idea as well. But so we proceed on here. We say, let's go south. That's the random direction we pick. We had 3 available because this one was blocked off as it was the previous square. Basically, it's not going to say it was that the previous square. There's just going to be a value in this that checks if it's already been visited. So that should stop any overlapping happening. So anyway, so this branch goes down, and then we say maybe he goes this way, and we get a branch because every 2 squares. And then we go this way, and then this way, and then we get a branch every 2 squares. And then this way, and then this way, and then this way, because it's the only way we can go, and that's the exit. So then we've got a possible branch here, where we go up, left, up, right. But we never move to the exit square because it's already been visited. So we just say, right, we're shutting off this square. Then this branch, we say, right, we've got a branch here that we can use. So we go up, up, and we don't visit that one because we can't. And then we've got that goes like that. So that's one method of doing it. Oh dear me, I really do have a bad stiffness in my neck. The other method is, hang on, let's just, so we've got a grid here. So the other method is similar to the branching the branching method there. So let's say we'll go right, then we'll go up, and then we say we've got a branch here, and then we can decide how many branches do we have. So we've got 3 squares available, and we can say, right, we'll randomly decide how many branches we're going to have at this point. So randomly comes out, we'll go 3, why not? So, and then we do a branch here, and then we do a branch here, and then we do a branch here. We finish off the first branch, go up, up, and go up. So one thing I was wondering is, do I want to have loopable sections like this? And I think maybe I do. So when we get to the end of a branch, so I forgot to mention, each branch would have a limited length apart from the main branch. Yeah, so we could have this end square have a value that says it's a connectable end or something like that. I don't know. And then when this comes to an end where it says, oh, can't go that way, can't go that way, We can go that way, and it's a connectable end, so we'll just do it. Let's say, for example, there was a grid square there. It would just be a random choice between the two, which way it goes, and it might go up, and then that way. Well, depending on whatever the length of that branch was, and the main branch will be randomly selected from these. The issue that can arise from this is there's the possibility the exit gets locked in, unless these branch lengths weren't too long and we didn't have too many points at which it branches off, because that would get complicated, but that would be too simple. So maybe if we did a merger between the two, where we said we had a number of branches going out from each of these. So every 2 squares we do a branch. Actually, yeah, so we do a merger of these two where we do the main line that has the branches out, and then we do the check to whether or not we do 2 extra branches or not, or just 1. And that would be an easier way of doing it. So yeah, it's a merger of the two that we'll do. I'm happy with that, and I think I'm pretty confident with how to do it, he says. So let's get on it. We go to our random rooms. We're going to keep this code just for the sake of keeping it. You know, it's not bad generation script. There's just too many possibilities of getting locked in. Although not currently. I did fix that. It's just yeah, it's it loads a whole lot in, and I'm trying to streamline that so I can have a bigger maze. So we are in the event graph. We don't want to be there. We want to be here. So what we don't need to deal with is corners anymore. Okay, we just delete the comment border. That's cool. We don't need to deal with the test. Why is that still there? I'm not even using it. Delete that. And we've got the builder there, which possibly keep. We're gonna change it though, yeah. So we already included the floor and the roof in the builder, that's good. Let's just go into the builder and see what we can do from there. Because we're probably just going to not use a lot of this functionality. Right, so we've got the create the floor, create the roof. We're going to keep that the same. Get info on our neighbors. Probably just going to keep that the same. Because it gets the info on the neighbor and it also copies it into itself. So that's good. Probably have to do the other 2 directions. So this probably needs expanding. Expanding to 4 directions. And we'll make this red so we can see it. Okay. Expanding to 4 directions. So we're checking if it's a corner. We don't need to do that anymore because we're just going to generate the corners as well. Because we're not going to have the huge outer border that gets generated. Which is, yep, all this stuff. So we can delete that. Now what's this? Can't sell walls. Then file ID to coordinates. We're creating a wall. Oh, we're creating the 2 walls, isn't that what? Yeah. Well, only the one wall, apparently. Create wall, create wall. Right, we're getting rid of that. So we want to change the create wall script as well. Okay, so this needs expanding out. The create floor, create roof, that's fine. That doesn't need touching. And what we need to do so we've got the current cell ID and data. The construction script is what motivates it, so we're going to change that. Then the builder is called, which does the building for the cell, and the wall creation, which is called from that as another function. So we are scrapping you. Scrap you for now, and scrap you, and you, and you. So we'll set columns and rows, that's fine. So that's just the maximum grid size. So we want and we're going to start this. Get rid of you for now. So we've got the builder here. The start is always going to be in the bottom left corner, or should I do it random start and random exit? Is there going to be any value to that, or is it going to cause issues? What if we don't choose the exit until after the path generation? We put all the end of branches into... Well, no, because then it might be a branch that's right near the start. That might be funny, though. We'll try that for now. We'll see how it goes. So we're not going to feed in an exit point. We're not going to generate an exit point. That's going to be at the end. And then we just do a branch. Yeah, okay. Should I do it as a different function, I wonder? Oh. Well, we need to get our grid size, which is going to be columns and rows. So grid X times grid Y. So multiply those together, we get our maximum number of IDs. We hide these now. Spacing, title size, we'll keep that open. Grid cells. I guess I do still need to create that. So, cells, get grid cells. Resize. I think that'll be right. I think it's right. So we do create the array. What the hell just changed there? How weird. Okay. We set the columns, the rows, we resize the grid, the array for the grid cells, which just stores the data on them. Hello, mate. All right. Chewed through his lead today at the shop and nearly got run over, didn't you? You little bastard. You just here to say hello. Oh. Trying to steal me? Where we going? I've fed you already, so I know it's not that. Huh? Now what, man? Okay. Oh. Resize the grid. Right, so shall I just do it in the builder? So I don't know if I wanted to go, because then I'm just going to have the same issue, aren't I? Where it's looping and looping and looping. Yeah, I should limit the branches. So let's get those variables. So we want integers. We shall say min branch size. We do a max branch size. And branch chance, we'll call it. Oh, Charlie, how you doing, man? Branch chance. We're rewriting that code. Because, you know, that's what we do. We come up with new ideas and say, hey, let's just, you know, that work we just did, let's redo it. So that's what we're doing. So, we need a new loop. For each. No. It's now a while loop. Right, so we need a boolean. Exit found. Get exit found, as long as that is false. While loop, no. So exit. Might invert? No. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Reverse? No. I did see a message on Facebook, but I don't think I can actually reply on that. It's amazing the message even came through, to be honest. Since everything is blocked by my network server. Is it something you can talk about here, or do you want to do it in private? So equals. So if that equals false, then that'll equal true. There we go. So if that equals false, that'll equal true. There we go. That's what we want. And we want the builder and the loop body. It's fine here, mate. Techie stuff, basically. Okay, shoot. Have my attention. Or do I want the loop code here and just calling the builder on the cell? Pretty confident with the builder. Wait, I just got the builder, didn't I? Yeah, I need to redo the builder anyway, so we're doing that. Yeah, that's fine. Why are you taking forever to compile? Oh, has it crashed? That I could do without. Why would you crash? All I've done is gut code. I should have probably removed it from the level, maybe. Is there a way to put screen overlays in? Yeah, of course. I don't know if yours will look the same, but yeah, plus image. I guess I've already got one here. Is it card base or it might be card base? Yeah, okay, so yeah. So that was one of my old overlays. It's as simple as that. Or do you mean capture an overlay from something like Steam or something like that? Because then that is one of the options for capturing a game, I think. Have I hit the nail or not? Do I need to go into that? Shit, this has crashed. It's a good thing I didn't do much. But probably means I need to restart my PC, which is never fun. Let's just try restart. You've either been successful. Oh, hello. Yeah, let's restore it. Let's see why the hell that happened. What have we got here? We have nothing of the new stuff. Yet we have this. Interesting. Okay. So, while. And we want a new boolean. Yeah, it's the same principle. So, I mean, I'll use that same image again, but just add an image. As long as it's got an alpha and whatnot, you can just, there's a card base there. So for example, I could just pop this around the camera like that. I mean, obviously I'd have the wallpaper as an alpha rather than a wallpaper, but it's just the same principle. You just need to make the image appropriate for what you're using it for. So if it's a chat box, you would just, in this example, have just the frame and the wallpaper wouldn't exist. It would just be transparent. And then you could just slot it over. You could even resize it to fit the camera size like that. And then, hey, and the same goes with the chat box. I mean, obviously that isn't a chat box, but say you had an element that was bringing in the chat from a web page, which is how it's usually done. You could just then put the frame around the chat box. And then it's just a case of what like the layout order is as to whether this appears above it or below it. But it's really simple to do. Remove, please. Yes. So we've got loop body. We need a new boolean, and we're going to call this exit found. We need this to not equal. Oh, sorry. Get exit found to equal false to be true. And then we've got the loop body, which connects to builder. And then it's going to flush again. And am I able to turn the element off at the same time? So if I turn the webcam off, the element would turn off at the same time. Okay, so yeah. So you can do something like, say, put your cam. I've done it in a very different way, which you can do as well, but you would need a different, it's a add-on for OBS to do it. But you can do it this way as well. So you can, there we go, group. And just say we'll call this cam. We move cam down to where my webcam is and knock the webcam in, and then I'll also bring the image in. Card base, open, just drag that down like that. And then that hasn't gone into there, so we drag it down. Goes on top, and then we minimize that. And then we've got the cam folder here, and then we could just toggle it all on and off. Whee! There you go. Delete that. I'll just leave it in the folder, I don't really care. I mean, I'll show you the way I've done it as well. So there's a plugin called Stream Effects that allows you to pull in another scene and use it as a source on another scene. So for the cam, what that is actually a reference to this scene here, Chroma 1. If I go to that scene, it is just my webcam here. Hello. But I have it this way because I've got like all different, yeah, all right, Oz, different kinds of settings, so I can do the VHS effect if I want. Yeah, that's the background. So when I've got my green screen, but yeah, it's more awkward to toggle these things like the code therapy background and everything. It's more awkward to toggle that this way because I have to swap scenes, so I'd have to have it in like studio mode so I can like go to another scene and affect it without transitioning. But yeah, that's basically it. What is going on? Right. Task Manager. Unreal Editor. One more try. I'll arrange to come to yours next week sometime and take you through what I want need. No worries. I'm happy to help. Aha, my neck. I don't know if I broke this. Hello, mate. You're back again. One asset editor was open. Okay. Open that then. You're just gonna crash? No. Okay. Oh. I don't want to connect up the loop just yet. So we'll get it in. But I understand why. In fact, do I want to put the... It's only going to be a small grid for now. So yeah, we'll be fine. And we'll skip over this section here. And we'll make these visible again so we can modify them. If we just go there and there, we've got everything set as we need it to be. That's fine. Got the builder, we've got the constructor, so we've got this while loop, boolean, exit found, pull you in, get exit found, and then we want to say if it equals false, we want to send a true signal instead. And the loop body is going to be this. And if we compile, because it's exact, yeah, that's fine. Hey Jinx, how you doing? I am doing a test. I am also streaming on the YouTubes. Haven't hit a single view on YouTube yet, but you know, worth a shot. But how are you doing? Hey, how you doing? Get the kids sorted for bed. I'll arrange stuff with you next time I see you online. No worries, buddy. Press on, soldier. I could really do with a massage, I must say. My neck is absolutely killing. So these are currently doing it for the bottom two. So I need to do 1 and 2 for this. Let's get these. Paste them here. Oh, Jinx. My arms could reach across the ocean. If only. Let's see if I can find it. That one? No. Hmm. 1 second. I found a game, and I think it would be great. That's not my history. Oh, I'm logged into the wrong goddamn account, that's why. So, it was... Well, that game you would like. I know that. Dave the Diver. And... Right, okay. So West Hunt. There we go, that's the one. I think we might need to play this sometime.
Welcome to West Hunt. West Hunt is a multiplayer hide-and-seek game set in the Old West. This is the sheriff. The sheriff's role is to find and kill the outlaw. Don't think it's an easy task. Hiding among the town's villagers, going about their daily lives, there's a cunning outlaw. His main objective is to finish all of his missions before time runs out or getting killed by the sheriff. The outlaw silently blends with the crowd and acts like a normal villager. The main missions will appear in yellow. Side missions will be in white. Each time the outlaw finishes a mission, his notoriety will increase. In order to decrease his notoriety, the outlaw can do side missions. The sheriff will get hints depending on the outlaw's notoriety. Hints can be about the outlaw's last mission, last position, or unfinished missions. Hints can be collected from mailboxes located in different places throughout the village. The sheriff has to investigate and pay attention to all the villagers' behaviors.
I mean, I have
Once the target is located and clear,
this is the first time
only one option
YouTube, so.
remains. West Hunt. Add it now to your Steam wish list.
So there's that. I think we should play it. Get a few people. Dave the Diver. And there's this. I think you will love. So we'll watch the video for this as well.
Рукав.
This is some ocean shit. So from what I've seen of it, you hunt fish and you have a sushi restaurant where you prepare the fish in pieces. Cheers, Charlie. Disrespectful. Is that better, Charlie? I thought you would like it. I guess I was wrong. I'm sure you eat sushi. No worries. Right, so get neighbor cell. So we've done 2, 3 there. So we'll do 1 and because you know what are directions when they're at home? 1 and 0 and 1. Jesus Christ, Phil. 0 and 1. And we drag ID to here. Just take all of this. Okay, I can't lip read, that's all. Alright. I don't know. I think there's some sort of difference in Twitch streaming and YouTube stream because I usually get told the audio is not loud enough on Twitch. So What's a guy to do? Hello, Sean. Oz has been a bad dog, Jinx. Don't trust that innocent face of his. Okay. He chewed through his leash and nearly got run over when he was tied up outside the shop. So we're getting the neighbor data, we're turning it, and then we're getting the Z, which is the wall data. I know. I'd even got him a treat from the shop as well, and when I came out I was like, well, I don't feel like giving you this now. You asshole. Livid I was. Livid. So hang on, what's the logic here? 2 to 0 and 1 to 3. Yeah, so 0 to 2. Yeah. 0 to 2 and 1 to 3. Is that right? Yeah. So 3. 0 to 2, 1 to 3. And we add 1 and 2. So we've got our neighbor data and we've plunked it inside ourselves. Oh, and if I go back to this whiteboard, this wonderful drawing, just do that, Control V, and just delete them for now. So as I stated earlier, what I want to do is just have like a wandering path where it's going through here, just random directions, till it gets to the exit. That's the first step in this. So let's get that done. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Shall we just have it where it says, right, we're starting here. So we input start point. Oh, shall we just randomize it? We still need a variable for it. So start point. Point. Shall I do it as the ID or the columns and rows? We'll do it as the ID. Start cell ID. And that is going to be an integer. Here. Struct skipped. We've got the loop there. And what we want to do, I should have the loop inside the builder. Seems to make more sense. What reason do I have to have the loop outside, if not to use the builder for another purpose, maybe? So should I do all the logic outside of the builder? So I have a constructor and then the builder? Or the planner and then the builder? I think we just do everything inside here. And cell ID. let us. So I think I know. Set start style, and we're going to do it random int in range, and the max. So if the min is 1, the max is going to be columns. Okay, columns. So we start on anywhere along the bottom wall. Oh no, 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 no. Start cell ID is always going to be 1. Always. Well, maybe it's not always. Just because I don't want to do messing around with where the place spawn is. So yeah, we'll do it that way. Cell ID 1. So we don't need to do that anymore. Set cell data, self, yeah, cool, cool. All that's plugged in, but this isn't. So let's go like this. Yeah, well. Okay, that's weird, but I don't know why I did it that way. Strange. Fine, I'll just add a pin then and bring it down. So what's going to happen? I want to do it outside the builder. Yeah, I want to do it outside the builder. Let me take you off. And the loop body is going to be, right, so just create a function. So as long as the exit isn't found, we're going to carry on doing this script. And what we're going to do is we're going to say outside of the builder, oddly enough, set start element, blah, blah, blah. Loop body is there. We'll go inside the builder, we remove that. You go along to there. And then we'll get some wall generation script in a minute. So do I want to connect that just yet? No. I mean, what I could do is just quickly, because I'm only doing the one cell at the minute as a test. So if we get exit found, no, set idiot, set exit found to true. this should work. So it'll only loop the once, and it'll do it on cell ID 1. And what we're going to do, we're going to say, shall we see if we can compile it first? Best. Yeah, cool. We go into the builder. And we want to say, just put a reroute down here. We want to possibly go into a create wall script. Well, actually, so is to binary, and then we take in cell ID to gets cell data. That's right. Jesus. Plug you into there. Plug you into there. Plug walls into there. To binary. So if that's the current cell, that's fine. Oh. Maybe I don't want to do that in advance. It needs to do it in, yeah, it needs to happen. But obviously, if it's not valid, so false. I didn't, I did ask if you could tell me if it was shit quality, because I have no way of like improving at my end as far as I'm aware. And there's no option to change it, is there not? So false. Do we still want to do that? So if it's not valid, okay, no, we don't do that. We still do it here. So we just need to do another neighbor check, which is a pain in the ass. It's set at 144. Yeah, there's nothing I can do on this end, so I'll just bear that in mind. I might have to just either stream to one or the other. I will give YouTube a fair shake, so I'll probably just do another YouTube stream at some point, but I'll keep it as it is now. I'm not going to faff on with it, especially if Twitch is alright. If Twitch isn't alright, then I'll end the stream and swap over to Twitch instead. Just because I've got everything set up for that right now. Get cell data, ID, get ID, Shazam, ooh, Shazam. So we can Twitch is fine. Yeah, I'll not worry then. Okay. we have done the wall. So branch. And then we're going to say false. Do we have a temp? We do have a temp. Are we using it anywhere? We are using it. Okay. So if there is no wall above, we want to check neighbor. So get neighbor. So if no wall above, get neighbor. Just copy the reference. Just don't want lines going everywhere. Cell ID, and then we're checking in the direction 0. We just really want to know if it's valid. Which we do here, which is good. So if it is a valid square, branch. I'm going to add a sequence here, because it's going to be a lot tidier that way. I'll just go like that, so we can... So we're saying, right, so north, we're checking if the neighbor is cool. If the neighbor is cool, we can add this to our possible directions. Can we do a return on a function? We can, can't we? Yes. So get cell data 2 binary, bit 0, sequence 0. So if, sorry, sequence 0. So then if there is no wall above, we can say that if it is valid. If it's not valid, we want to add a wall. So we create a wall. Create wall. False. Create wall side 0. And then we want to set temp to equal temp plus 1. We don't need to do that. So we've already done if it is valid. Wait, hang on, let's think this through. If it's a valid, false. If it is valid, so if the neighbor cell is valid, we ploopity ploop get the data from that cell. So we're not doing anything if it's not valid. So this is fine. Keep that as is. That's right. Just took it in here. Do we want to do anything if true? So is valid true? Yes, we want to possible directions. Set possible directions to be possible directions plus split. So we also set possible directions here. Shazam, Shazam. Just, know what I'm doing that for. Possible directions. This comes in from here. Pull it along across. Along across? Yeah, we'll pull it along across. Get that. We add one. And belch disgustingly. Because that's the cool thing to do. Oh. You know what? That's getting our possible directions there. So we're checking all our neighbors. What I'm coding here, the majority of the game, it's the maze. Possible directions, get possible directions. We add, and we add, and then we set. Oh, do it this way, set, and set. Pretty sure I can just combine those, but oops. And then to there. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Possible directions, possible directions. Yep, cool. So, just duplicate this, it's 8 and 4. Wait, hang on. Oh, I can't do it here. Dick. What am I checking the neighbors for? Do I need all of it? No. Just need it based on the direction you're checking. So if it's 3, that's right. So you're checking 3 first, which is down, annoyingly. No, it's left. So you check left. if it's valid, we turn the walls to binary. We check if 1 is set, which is the opposite wall. If it is, that's where it differs. Okay. It's fine. We can use this code still. It's fine. It's fine. So we can say instead here, false. We can go that direction. False. We can go that direction. False. We can go that direction. And false. We can go that direction. File save. Should have something in the viewport now at least. That doesn't look right. Oh, because the walls. That's fine, yeah. Let's go back to this. Got the builder. Yeah. So we check the neighbor cell north. If it's not valid, blip. Hang on a fucking second. What am I doing here? So we get the current cell. We get the walls of the current cell. We say if this wall has a wall, if this cell has a wall on the north wall, it doesn't have a wall on the north wall, and we'll get the neighbor ID. Interestingly enough, I might go back to the old wall model. I think it's going to be better. Yeah. And then I don't need to do wall checks. I just need to check if it's been visited. Yeah, okay. That's a better way of doing it. So how do I store if a cell's been visited? Wow. because we're only setting wall data at the minute. But I now need to set the visited, so which was X, yeah. So let's add visited as a boolean because we're not heathens. Well, that didn't work. To int. And then we can do that to that. I didn't say there. Oh. You sneaky little devil. There we go. And then that goes into X. And then we set array item. Index, blah blah, success, fault. File. Why am I doing a check for that? Look, dude, no, just go. Because you're gonna end up having a fucking heart attack. Yeah, like that. Compile, save. So we've got the set cell, we've got the get cell data done now, we've got the construction script, and then the builder. So the check for if it's being visited. Do I need to still do that? I don't need to do this. Yeah, we're changing the wall model. It's the sensible thing to do. Getting rid of all that. Delete you. Drag you up. Plug you into there. So then we are just focusing on the cell at the moment. And we say, right, north wall, let's check that. But we can't do it this way then. I think we just get neighbor cell. So cell ID direction 0. We get the cell data. I'm just going to delete that for now. Well, no, hang on, we do that first. Branch that, and then neighbor, we break this. And then we to bool, or to int. Okay, truncate. Going to be like that. And then we turn this to boolean. Right, so check if it's visited. We do another branch. So hang on a second, what we're doing here, we check if it's valid. If it's true, we check if it's been visited. This is probably going to go up here and like that, I think. Because we have stuff to do in the false there, which is the creating of the well. Because we want a wall there. So if it is valid, we can set possible directions to equal possible directions. Well, it doesn't need to because I know this is the first iteration of this. So possible directions. So if it, oh no, so equals false, then that. So true goes into there. So as long as the has been visited is false, it'll do possible directions equals 1. I wonder if no, just keep it this way. Makes sense in my head. So the false, we want to create a wall. So yeah, we create that wall on side 0. It's I guess I need to get my info. Cell ID to chords. Cell coordinates, douche. Side 1. Yeah. And then we want to set our temp. Add get temp. Again, this is the first iteration. I can just set it right down the ad. So is it valid? Has it been visited? Set it as a possible direction if true. And if false, we just ignore it. That makes sense to me. So, just get this nice and cozy. We check in direction 1. Oh, don't know why I missed that. Side 1. And then we can add to temp, get temp into there. We add 2 to that. Possible directions. We add possible directions, get possible directions, plug you into there. We add 2 as a possible direction instead, rather than creating the wall. This should be the new create wall script, to be fair. Right, so we've got direction 1, direction 2, which is south. So side 2, which is south. That's a 4, and that's a 4. One, two, three. One more. This is 3, and this is 3, and this is 8, and this is 8. Utilizing the binary system to store the wall data. That doesn't do what it's supposed to. Okay. And then you go down to there. Compile, save. Should have 2 walls, and I don't. I know why. I'm an idiot. Just do it like that for now. Compile, save, viewport. Those seem to be on the wrong walls. New then, fella? Oh, hang on. I didn't do this. Yes, I did. 0, 1, 2, 3. Get neighbor cell, direction 0. If it's valid, true. Set as a possible direction. If it's not valid, we get our cell ID, the coordinates, we'll plop them in to create a wall, and I haven't put a mesh. Though, suspiciously, it's putting it on all walls, which it shouldn't be. It should only be activating that if it's not a valid direction. Dun dun dun. So, get neighbor cell ID. Is cell valid? It does not seem to be working. Viewport. Go to the construction script. The build even. So, I could cut this right down. Do it have a on a for each, for example, for each loop. There we go. Well, that works on an array, doesn't it? 4 operator. Yeah, just do it this way. So direction 0, is it valid? And we want to print this out. So we're just going to scooch you along. We'll do a print. Not that one. I don't think. Nope. Print. Text. Why is it showing the wrong one? Print. Oh, okay. Hang on. Under debug. Bill. There we go. We'll just slide you in here, like so. Cell valid. And we should, so copy that. We should build a test. Build a test. We should get 2 valids and 2 not valids from this. File save. And then if I go to the output log, all of them are false. Why? Is it something to do? Because it should just be is cell valid. So let's go to that. Is cell valid. We're taking the cell ID, all the cell codes or whatever. So we're doing it off cell ID, I think. No, we're doing it off column and row. I have no idea what that's doing. Oh, okay. So based on whichever option it is. So whatever direction. So if it's 0, we up the rows? Yeah. Okay. If it's 1, we up the columns. If it's 2, we minus the rows. Yeah. And if it's 3, we minus the columns. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Then we're going off into this sequence here, which calls is cell valid with cell column and cell row. Oh, you fucker. So what's happening here? We're actually basing it off columns and rows. So columns and rows, as long as it's more than 0 and more than 0, can't have 0 columns, 0 rows. Wait a second. Is cell valid? Columns and rows, so what is column cell column more than columns? But it's not checking if it's less than. Why am I not doing that? And why is it not returning true? God damn it. God damn! So, if cell column does not equal column, is not more than that, and rows is not more than that, and let's just do this the logical way, so it just makes sense in my head rather than backwards logic here. So we've got cell rows. So as long as rows is more than that, or columns is more than the cell column, or and less than, as long as 0 is less than columns and rows is less than columns, rows is less than 0. English failing miserably. So as long as 0 is less than the cell column and 0 is less than the cell row, and swap that around because we're not cannibals, and we'll plop that into there, and then we compile, save, viewport. We still have 4 walls. The output log is still showing 4 falses. So that tells me then, if I go in, is cell valid? And if I was to put a print text, I don't think it's using these. In text, you reached me. Viewport, output log. There is no you reached me there. So we're not even hitting that part of the code. Which tells me then Wait, did I want that to be true? So if cell column is more than 0 and cell row is more than 0. So then are we getting caught here somewhere? So cell coordinates. Am I sending anything else in that? No, we are literally just sending cell column and cell row. Where are we getting column and row from? From this garbage. But it's worked in the past. We've been able to pull data from it. No, that. Construction. No, get neighbor cell. No. Builder. So the builder. Oh, just made this a bit clear, and that's not going to make it clearer since that's not the right wall. This is the north cell wall. This is the east cell wall. And this is the what? South. And this is the west. Da, 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 da. Output log. No cell, false. E cell, false. Script message, attempt modulo 0, returning 0. Is cell valid? We're not doing anything dodgy there, but are we here? Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa-pa-pa. So let's do some printing here. Print string. No. Print string. Checking north wall. Ah. And get the ID, I guess. So along here, print number int, like that. So, and the prefix here is cell ID. So copy both those, maybe along, and you two along. Oop, pop you in there. east, south, and west, east. And we take in cell ID and this execution line, this execution line. Save. What's our logs here now? Checking west wall. So it's doing the checks. It's going through each one. We're not getting a cell ID. What is happening there? What's happening here? Call row to cell ID isn't working. Is that real? Don't know why I'm reverting back. That's annoying. Oh, okay. I see now. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. Oh, that would be a loop. We don't want that. What did I do differently? Get near that. Hang on. So wait a second, wait a second. We know we're not getting the cell ID right, so what's coming in here isn't helping. Bit. If cell ID is more than 0, we do that. False, we go there. Okay. I'll pull it from there. That instance lights the wall. I think what I'll do then and that works. So the only thing that's not working is the is valid from this. And this is only taking in columns and rows. So if that's all we're using, let's just simplify that is cell valid script to the point where we're not worried about other script running. So I'll just pull that up and that up there somewhere. And then we're basically saying we're just executing this. Don't need that, but whatever. So we're going straight to here. We're saying if column or row is more than 0, so that they are set at least. And then we check if it's valid by saying if 0 is less than and is more than yeah. So compile, save. We have simplified it, and now we are getting still the same as, oh, where is it? Still the same as you. Right, I think we should just do it off, no, not off cell ID, because that could be junk. Cell coordinates would be the best. If we go back to here, no, we'll go into here. So instead, we would get the coordinates and just plug that straight into the cell coordinate value rather than doing all this higgery-pokery with the cell columns. Because I think this is where it's going wrong. It has to be. And then we just need to run it once, don't we? No, we don't. Yes, we do. Douche, douche, get cell data, douche, douche, douche. Yeah, we just need to run it once then. Well, we just need one execution script, should I say. We can move that up to this, yeah, and delete those. It's going to break, but it's going to be worth it. We don't need this. We just go to this. And we take in cell coordinates. So forwards vector is cell valid. Cell quads to here. Don't need that anymore, I don't think. Call rule to cell ID. I don't need that anymore. Is cell valid? Check the coordinates. Why are we doing that? Why do we do this? If we're feeding the cell ID in. Or are we not doing that? So we could just do coords to ID though. So the cell ID. I've absolutely buggered up here, haven't I? That was working. 100% working. We're not touching that again. That's all linked up. Number. Okay, we didn't go too far. Don't know what that was, but cool. What did I just break? I'm not seeing it. Function drop down graph. Right, we can delete that. Yeah, okay. So that was fine. Oh, right. Yes, I understand now. I remember. Okay, right. So back to looking at why this isn't working then. So we're saying is columns more than cell column? Is rows more than cell rows? We did a print here, didn't we? Print string. Print string. Edit. Compile, save. Output log. It's not hitting there at all. So why not? What in my logic? Well, it has to be this, doesn't it? So if column is more than 0 and cell row is more than 0. Right, so we want to print this. Jesus, my aim. The prefix is column. Yeah, column. And copy that. Copy that. Paste. And this is raw. Hold on. Just plug you into there. So we take the column into there, the row into there, column, row into there, column, row, column, row. Compile, save, output. That is our issue then. It's 100% in the is cell valid. What if we check instead these? So if I just double click there and double click there, double click there, double click there. Double, 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 double. And that's the column, that's the row instead. I'll try that. See what that comes back with. Because it might just be the information isn't getting passed through this. Which begs the question how everything else was working, but we shall see. Compile. Here we go. Here's our issue. Cell ID to call row. Get near the cell builder. Get near the cell ID. Get near the cell ID. Columns, rows. Whoa, 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 whoa. But that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Reichsat. How you doing, man? Thank you for the follow. Hope you are well. So we're checking the north wall. Column's right. Row 1. Not right. No, column's wrong. Have I done a boo-boo? Cell ID to call row. So let's go to that. You're taking the cell ID. So we're taking the cell ID. That spaghetti looks delicious. Yep. Not a very neat coder, what can I say? Taking the cell ID, we divide it by the number of columns. And this is just to get the remainder. So what's the cell ID we're taking in? So go all the way back here. Find our problem, guys. Output log. I think that was the problem. We'll soon find out. Jesus. Right. Working right now. We made it. Nice. Checking north wall. Column 1. Row 1. That's not right. We should be getting the neighbors from that, shouldn't we? Wait, I'm pulling it from there now instead, that's right. So, oh wait, no, this is right. So this is the values that I'm using. Shit. So that means I'm doing something wrong here then. Ugh. Right, so what's wrong here? How you doing anyway, Rye? So we're checking the north wall. This should be column 1, which is right, but row 2, which isn't right. So we're going into this script here. Yep, so this is coming from there for some reason. Right, hang on. Column is right, and that's coming from there. Oh, because we're checking this, it's the same column here. And then row, we should be getting from here, which should be getting set from here, which is row +1. Just out of interest, what's the input of this? Why do you do so many loops? 3, 4. Still get the wrong cell ID, which is annoying. Column 1, row 1, column 2, row 0. So this is checking the east wall, which is this one. And we're taking the value from here, which is this one, which is that one, which is that one. Is that right? Yeah. Column +1, rows +1 should be 0. I don't get what's happening. so that's going to there. And that's going to there as well. So we'll just check the north output now. So north output, just the straight values from here is 1 and 1. So that tells me that the values coming in here should be right. Oh. Wait, no, it's column that should be going up 1. Yeah. So 0. Option 0. I've got those the wrong way around, haven't I? Yeah, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm so stupid. I don't know why I did that either. Brain melt. So we just swap these around like that. So columns is in 0 and rows is in that. 2 is south, so we should be columns again, and we're not. Rows and columns. So that goes in there and that goes in there. How have I been getting results from that? Compile, save, viewport, output log. Wrong. But that's right. So we're checking the west wall there. The last one. So if it's this, we're saying option 3 down here. The column should be column -1. Is that right? No. These were the right way around, apparently. Right, so that works now, but this one doesn't when we're checking the east wall. So for that, we need to increase columns by 1. So for checking east wall, we need to follow the 1 pin, and the columns. Am I just going dumb here? Okay, so the columns. Wait. Checking the north wall. So rows should be increasing, which it was, right? Yes. But how? Because we're increasing columns here. What the fuck? I think I've got an error in here then. North wall. We're increasing rows by 1. Yeah. Something's going wrong in here. It has to be. Cell ID to color rows. So we're taking the cell ID. we divide it by columns. So calculator, follow this. Let's say it is grid 2 and we've got a maximum of 5 columns. So 2 divided by 5 gives us 0.4. Cell ID 2 divided by 5 gives us 0.4. That's not right. Oh wait, maybe it is. So we take the remainder. If it equals 0, we pick A. We pick B. What happens if we truncate a 0.4, Phil? We need to multiply it by 10 and then minus 1. And it's not a truncate either, is it? Because truncate just, yeah, that's that. Of course, that's the issue. And we can't do an integer with that. So remainder multiply by 10 and truncate and minus 1. Minus? Okay. Minus. Let's subtract it to get. Subtract. Oh, sorry, I haven't been looking at chat, my bad. Give us a second there. Subtract 1 and then pop you into there. Oh, right. Good, just enjoying your stream and trying to learn something. Well, hopefully you do. I'm trying to learn something myself, but if there's any questions you have, I'm happy to answer them. If there's anything I can help with, I'm happy to try and explain it as well. Questions cost nothing. So if you have a question, feel free to ask. My day's been all right. Pretty inconsequential, I guess is the word. Not much has happened. Just had a pretty much chill day. So I think that should work. So we're taking the remainder, which is 0.4. So hang on, let's do another example. So we've got a grid size of 10, for example, let's say, and let's base it on the square that we're on. 1 divide by 10 equals 0.1. Then we times that by 10. Oh, so row 1 is right. So let's say we checking square 2 divided by 10. That gives us 0.2. So hang on, let's do 1 divided by 5. That gives us 0.2. Times that by 10. Where did I get 0.4 last time? Equals 2. So I don't need to do the minus 1. That was right. I thought that was right. I just forgot to do the timesing by 10 to stop it from just flattening out to 0. So grid square 1 divided by 5 equals 0.2. 2 divided by 5 equals 0.4. That's not right. It should be 3. Because 1 divided by 5 equals 0.2 times that by 10. Yeah, so that's where it's wrong. Anything below grid 10. So my math there is wrong then. So 1 divided by 10 equals 1 times that by 10. We've got the rows. 2 divided by 10 equals 2 times 10. I forgot what I did there. So 2 divided by 10 equals 0.2 times by 2 equals 0.4, which is wrong. Yeah, I'm doing my math wrong then, aren't I? Shit. I was sure that was working. On a grid 10 by 10, column 1, row 1, we take the columns, maximum column, and the cell ID. The cell ID, we divide it by columns. So 1 divided by 10 is what it currently is, and it's 0.1. I'm an idiot. Pick B. I believe I was that dumb. So this way we're taking the return value minus 1 times columns minus cell ID minus that. I assume that's right. Output log. Let's see where we're at. So column 1, row 2, column 1, row 0. So it's not right. So how do we get the row? Wait. Cell ID. We shouldn't do it on cell ID. We should either do it on... We should never work on cell ID. Cell ID to column, that's in this. Is there another way I can do it? Yes. No. Wait. Ignore that. Cell ID to call row. Cell ID to call row. Is cell valid? Calls cell ID to call row. But it's not actually getting used because we're just going straight down to here, so don't need to worry about that. So where is the is cell valid? It's taking in columns and rows there. Why am I checking this again? Because of this. Builder. Get neighbor cell ID. We take in our own ID and the direction. Do it this way instead. Going to construct. No. Here. Builder. Here. Oh, I didn't work it out, did I? I just added that, you dickhead. So cell coordinates. I don't understand how this was working. Cell ID. Don't want to work on that, so just close that, ignore it completely. It doesn't exist. We want to work off cell coordinates. So we take quads to call row, because that is functionally better. And then we just grab you guys and put you on there, you, put you on there, delete you, and cell quads into there. Yep. And then we can go to the builder and we can then get cell ID to quads. So we can break this connection, and this connection, and this connection, and this connection. We don't get neighbors there anymore. Just thought I'd try it with Restream, but I've heard the Quality isn't brilliant, so probably just not keep doing it. I just figured with this type of content, I might get more views from YouTube. Not the case, but even so. It's 720. I got told it was 144. That must have been Charlie's issue then, not mine. Right. I broke everything. I broke everything. Damn it! Ah. Let's see output logs there. You're still checking the wrong fucking thing, which isn't great. In fact, you're checking it even more wrong now. Alright, okay, well if bitrate's shit then that's no good. Especially if all I'm doing is streaming my desktop. So divide by 0. I wish I knew where it was happening. Okay, so get neighbor cell ID. We're getting, oh, for fuck's sake, Phil. I need to remember this shit. Get tile size, get spacing. Spacing plugs into there, tile size plugs into there, compile, save, viewport. Still not working. Output log. Oh, I'm getting to the end of my tether here. Checking north wall. Is this PC desktop or laptop desktop? This is my PC desktop. Yeah, I've heard Twitch is much better, so I don't know. I don't know if there's a setting in Restream for it or something like that, but I'm happy leaving it as it is for now. And I'll just carry on with this Twitch streaming. So the north wall, it should be column 1, row 2, and it's not. YouTube compression. Get neighbor cell. So we're taking in the cell coordinates. And the spacing and cell size, spacing, tile size. We're converting that to column and row. Column is taking straight from there, and row is taking straight from there. So guess what? Quads to col row is wrong. So cell coordinates. We're taking the X and the Y. We floor it for some reason. I don't know why we floor it. Why do we floor it? I don't know why I'm doing that. So we're just going to not do that. And we truncate it instead. Truncate. So we take the x and y. So, okay, we've got the x value plus spacing plus cell size divided by 2. Y. Y. God, the math here is god awful. Alright, so get the cell coordinate. Sorry, to get the column and row from the cell coordinates, we need to take the x value and divide that by spacing plus cell size. So 10x, we're adding half of spacing and the cell size to it for some reason. Why am I doing that? Cell coordinates. Cell coordinates are the bottom left of the cell, I believe. Or is it? Column file spacing plus times. And we're taking the tile size, dividing it by 2, minus. That kind of makes sense. Chords whole row. Add, some reason, add spacing plus half of the cell size. Lovely spaghetti. And then divide it by the spacing and cell size. Oh, I know why. Okay, I know why, I think. This should work, then. No, these are the wrong way around as well. Because y is the row, and x is the column. Let's check that. It should be inverted. North wall. Hey, that's right. Column 1. No, it should be column 2. Row 1. And this should be south wall, rows -1, that's fine. Well, actually, it should be row 0, but. And column 1, that's right. And this is column 0, row 0. Which is right. No, it's not. Should be row 1. I don't know if I've got the mindset to do the math here. Column is right, row is right there. Wait, if that's the case. and we're just pulling it from here. So the one that's right is the one that should be wrong. That is somehow coming back with the right on here. So let's plug it in the right way around then. So 0 and 0 is this one, which is column. Okay. So you replace column. I'll just do it this way. Let's clean it. So the north wall is still right. Column 1, row 2. It should be valid though. So that isn't working. East wall is column 2, row 1. South wall is column 1, row 0. And west wall is row 1, column 0. So if I'm checking the north, I want rows to +1. And that's columns +1. And your rows. Okay, swap them around then. You are the east wall, never east wall. So that is column 2. So we go up to here. In option 1, we are increasing the column. Yes. For south wall, we are decreasing the row. Yeah. So this is execution 2. Goes to here. Yes, that is correct. And then this one should be column -1. I think it's going to there. 3, column -1. Cell row, column, row, and column. Yeah. Okay. Checking north wall. Not right. Cell ID is right though. No, it's not. Checking east wall. Column 2, row should be 1. So quads to call row is getting it off by 1 by the looks of it now. One on the row. Columns is fine. 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 So it's the row that is broke on each of them. That's be coming back from here wrong. So row, we are dividing why do I think these are the wrong way around? No, because X is, yeah, never mind. So we're dividing that plus that. I'm gonna print that. I'm just curious what it's coming out as. I don't know why I'm doing this. Does that have any effect on columns? It does, and it's not causing any issues. Columns is working fine with that. Why the fuck isn't rows working fine with that? So we've got for columns, we're taking the y value and we're adding this shit for some reason. And then we're dividing by this. For this one, we're taking the x value, we're adding this stuff, and then we're dividing by this. I don't know. I am running a blank. Unless the cell codes getting pumped in aren't right. Oh. Interesting. I'm going to have to redo all those, I think. It's the sensible thing to do. For me, that is it though. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you for joining me. Didn't make as much progress as I would have liked, but hopefully you understand the new idea for the grid. I don't know where the tools have gone. Never mind. It should make things a lot better. It should load faster, and I should be able to go to more crazy sizes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Till the next time, guys. Have